Today, online services don't charge users directly. They often generate revenue by selling user data. Implicitly, they're retaining the rights to that data. So what are the problems with this model? There's a few things that are unavoidable when you're doing business in this way. One is security holes. And it's not to say you can't have great security, but the truth is that when you aggregate massive amounts of data in one place, it creates fragility. And the reason is that you're creating a honeypot. You're creating one place where if a hacker is successful, they can get away with a huge amount of data and do with that data whatever they will. Companies aggregating intimate information about their users, selling it to advertisers or other organizations makes people uncomfortable. We've all had the experience of seeing ads pop up which just feel a little bit too close to home. Maybe people who own an Alexa are particularly familiar with this. Regardless, there's an increased understanding over time that there's just a huge online profile across various giant tech companies or even smaller tech companies. There's just a lot of information about them that can either get voluntarily or involuntarily into the hands of people that we wouldn't want to see this information about us. The thing that's sort of new in a situation is the regulatory red tape. Because of this growing concern, the typical answer that we have for problems like this is new regulation. And what we've seen is that the GDPR, in California, CCPA, they've created new obstacles for entrepreneurs who are trying to deal with data, particularly cross-border data. And there's a huge market already trying to serve solutions to these problems, which just indicates the idea that this is a really big burden that companies are willing to spend a lot of money to try and. So the question really is, would businesses and users prefer alternative business models to these data for service agreements if possible? We're not trying to pass judgment. All we're saying is that Bitcoin provides alternatives that didn't previously exist, and we're going to explore what that looks like.